Hey guys,
What's up, guys? We are your hosts, Gina and Emelita.
and you are listening to Candid Convos. So we have a bunch of chisme this week. We have a couple different topics. Gina, what is the first one?
Okay, we'll start. We'll start with this one, the mystery. Actually, this is the one I'll say first.
Okay.
I was on YouTube and it came across on my recommended, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly, somewhere in New Jersey, I think it was a high school. I want to say this man he developed a brain tumor. His sister and his wife, I believe, something like that,
Mm-hmm.
developed brain tumors, and so he was like, "Okay, this is." He's like, "I don't believe in coincidences. This is too much."
Yeah,
So
right.
he kind of just started digging down and seeing what was going on. And he came down to a conclusion that a lot of people from this certain school, like I think over 100 have brain tumors. Over 100 people got brain tumors, and then about half of them were cancerous. So he's like, there's
What?
this weird connection to people from this school getting brain tumors.
Yeah,
Now, obviously, because of, there's so many people and it's so
right.
serious, they are
100
doing it.
people.
Yeah, they are doing an investigation to see what's going on. But one of the things, like investigating the school or something, because people think, oh, maybe it could be like an old, what's it called, like toxic waste dump
Oh,
site
right.
something,
Yeah.
or something in the water, something to pay. Like they don't know.
All of a sudden?
Well, over the course of years, like people have gotten these tumors, but he's just reaching out to these people trying to be like, hey,
Now
has
they're
this happened?
connecting the
Yeah.
dots.
So now he's connecting the dots exactly. And I was watching the video, and towards the end, they're like, yeah, but they said to the public or to the community that they're not in danger. And I'm like, but how can you make that blanket statement when you guys didn't even know not 5 minutes ago that this school was a place that hella people are getting brain tumors with,
Right.
you know? So it's really, really weird. That was in New
You have to
Jersey.
investigate. So what if there really is somebody out there like doing something deliberately to, hurt people or harm people?
Something.
They have
And it
no.
could have been years ago, and it's just
Yeah.
barely getting the, effects now.
Oh my God. Do you
Yeah.
remember? I think it was in Florida like a few years ago where someone tried to contaminate, or maybe they did contaminate like the water, the water reservoir, whatever the hell, like the tanks. They tried to mess with
Oh
the
my
tanks of
God.
water in like
No.
people's drinking water. Yeah, like through
No.
the tap. Like they were trying to mess with the levels or whatever. And I guess like a bunch of alarms and stuff went off. I don't know if it actually happened or if it like got stopped. But yeah,
Right.
trying to put like lead or something in the water for
Holy
that city.
shit.
And I want to say it was in Florida.
Why? Why? What do you got against everybody in Florida?
I don't know. I don't know. But
Everybody
maybe
else can't be
that
the
could be
problem.
something similar. But for it to be like all the same people in that school or like,
Right. Like, where's why?
would it just
How?
be the area in general or it's just like that
Right.
school
Exactly.
specifically? Because
Yeah. Is it like something in the food they were giving at that school? I don't know.
oh my God.
Yeah.
And with
So,
it being 100 people, that's a lot of freaking people.
yeah.
So I can
Yeah.
only imagine now that more and more is being brought up, that more people are going to come forward.
Right.
And what if people have already passed away from it? If it was cancerous and stuff, I'm sure people have, oh my
Half
God,
of them.
that they passed or no, you said
No,
that they
just
were
half that were
cancerous.
cancerous. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I can't even imagine. That's scary.
Yeah.
And to not even know if moving would help or like
Right.
something, you know?
Right. Like you're like, I was already there for 4 years. I mean,
Wonder how they're going to investigate though.
right. I think they said they were checking for like, I don't know, they're checking for whatever, but
Yeah.
it's happening now. So we'll find out, I guess. If we hear any updates, we will update you guys too.
Yeah, that's really, really interesting. Okay. Trigger warning. This next one pissed us the fuck off. And I'm
Yeah.
honestly in editing these freaking podcasts, I've noticed we cuss a lot. So I'm really doing my best to try and reel that back. However, this pissed us the fuck off. And we just need to preface the story by saying, you guys already know how we feel about like racism and everything going on. So you already know what side we'd be taking in this story. But if you guys haven't seen the viral video in Syracuse, New York, there's police officers who detained an 8-year-old little boy, 8-year-old little black boy, actually, to be very
Specific.
Yeah. And for him allegedly stealing a bag of chips from a like corner store. And There's a video of them literally snatching him off his bike and pretty much detaining him. I don't think they put handcuffs on him, but they're like holding his hands behind his back, and they put him in the car or near the car. And you just hear him screaming, like horrified. He's so
terrified. He's an 8-year-old little boy. He's crying. His friend, I think, is even yelling too, because as another 8-year-old boy knows this is wrong. Like, this should not be happening.
And whoever was recording or maybe standing by the person that was recording is like, what are you guys doing? Like, it looks like you're traumatizing him.
Yeah.
And one of the cops comes up to him. Mind you, all of the cops are white. They come up to him and he's like, oh, so if he was stealing something from your house, that would be okay, and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, he's 8 years old. He looks like a little boy, and they were manhandling him like he was a grown ass adult. And it's disgusting. I understand, obviously, if he really did steal some chips, teach him a lesson in the way of, look, I'm going to go pay for these chips because that's what's the right thing to do. However, I am going to tell you and tell you a little bit about why you shouldn't do that. Like, you don't need to manhandle a child to teach them a lesson.
With no parents around, not a single guardian.
No.
Like, now he has to go home and try to explain what happened.
I don't know what happened after that. I don't know if they actually
brought him in or.
Yeah, the video cuts off, but if I was that little boy's parent, oh my God, I would be suing so fucking fast.
I hope we find out that they are. Like, I hope we find out that they end up doing that.
Yeah, I seen some comments and they were just like, yo, like, this is not it. Y'all need to really, really figure out how to treat just people in general the right way, especially some kids. That's insane. And then,
like you said, over a bag of chips,
right?
Like, teach him a lesson, fine. But like a bag of chips,
he's hungry. That's bad enough.
Every kid at some point steals something. Like, you'd be lying if you said you didn't take not a tiny little thing, or like at one point in your life. Yeah, every kid goes through that. But I mean, come on, putting him in the back of a fucking car, snatching him off his bike. Like,
and it's so sad because
I'm sure there are a lot of other things that you guys could be taking care of rather than an 8-year-old child stealing some chips.
Yeah. And it's so sad because in the video, he's literally like, I'll pay for him. And he probably didn't have the money to even buy those chips, but he's fucking hungry. He's a child. Come on.
Even the guy taking the video was like, I'll pay for the fucking bag of chips. Damn, like this is too much. Yeah.
Right. And like I said, obviously stealing's wrong. Everybody knows that. However, there's a way to go about it when it's a child and you're teaching him a lesson. You're not trying to scare the shit out of him and traumatize him for the rest of his life, Yeah. It's insane.
Like, if you're gonna yell at him, try to scare him or something. But to manhandle a child, like, come on, he wasn't even being violent. He was just fucking scared.
He was literally screaming, like horrified.
Horrible. So hopefully we hear better news about that. Hopefully they get their asses sued. And this one's another crazy story, but starts off really fucked up, ends better. Okay. But a woman she hired a hitman and a friend to kill her ex-husband. Now, these hitmen are 17-year-old children. Like, the guy doing it was 17 years old, and it sounds like it was very like spur of the moment. I just want to get this done. She looked for whoever, I don't know, but like, to ask some 17-year-olds, I don't know what else you expected. But she hired two 17-year-old kids, and one of them shot the ex-husband 9 times. He let off 12 rounds, but 9 hit him, and some in his chest, his side, his arm, his leg, and he survived. By the grace of God, the man survived.
That's insane.
Yeah, lives to tell the story. And he did. And he just said they were in a messy divorce. They were in a custody battle over their son. His reasoning was that she was a bad mom, and quoted, this is what he said. He said, I could deal with a bad wife, I couldn't deal with the bad mom. So nobody could blame him for that, but she just was crazy or something. But homeboy survived 9 shots at point blank range. He said the guy was standing over him because he like shot him in his leg at first, and that's when he went down. Then the guy stood over him and just let loose, pretty much.
Well, that's how you know he's meant to be here. He's
for real
for them children or child. And
I
hope to God that he can finish out parenting this child and still make him
now
a good human being, because that mom is pissed
Yeah, all three of them are in custody already. Like they're gonna go away for a while.
And as they should.
As they should. Very good. So
I just hope that he obviously seems to be a good dad if he's trying to get the child away from that situation, so hopefully
she wasn't just a bad mom, she was just a bad person.
Right.
I mean, whatever your problems are with this man, like
Pride,
you're gonna take the father away from your child.
It's kind of like not funny, but like kind of
interesting.
Or because we like listen and watch a lot of true crime stuff, it always baffles my fucking mind when people think that you're literally in the middle of a disgusting custody battle and your ex-husband, let's say if he passed away, your ex-husband just died. You don't think you're the first person they're knocking on that door for? Like,
right.
Come on.
Right. I'm telling you, it sounds like she just like came up with it spur of the moment and just wanted to get it done. Because who hires 17-year-olds as fucking hitmen? Like, well, in general, who hires hitmen? But I'm saying, like, if you're doing that, why would you hire kids?
Children. I wonder if she knew they were kids.
I don't know.
Because 17, like, obviously is very close to being and for the most part, I would say at 17, we probably looked older. So maybe she didn't even ask. Maybe she just seen him and was like, hey, I got some money. You gonna do it? Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Boom. She offered them $13,000 to do it. I don't know about each. I just know they said $13,000.
So his whole life was worth $13,000.
Not as much as them fucking court fees are gonna be.
Not as much as how much she's gonna have to pay back in fines.
Exactly.
Oh my god, that's insane. Well, fuck her.
Right.
Now you really lost the ultimate battle because now you're probably not going to be involved in your kid's life at all.
And he lived. God bless.
God bless.
And then I just had a random question. I've actually been holding on to this for a while just in case we didn't have anything for Chisme Chatter.
Which we did not yesterday, but today
we didn't.
Sun came through.
So okay, hear me out.
All right.
If we didn't have eyes, then we wouldn't be aware of the existence of color. Okay.
Right.
What if we are all missing an entire aspect of our lives because we don't have an organ to detect it?
Oh, I 1,000% think that's true. Or
like, what do you think we're missing out on?
Or a certain thing, or just like subconsciously,
Yeah. Like, what do you think we could be missing out on? Can we even fathom what? Huh?
Mind reading.
Mind reading? What do you think was like
not
the
only
organ
like not having an organ, but I think not also using the organ to its full potential,
like our brains.
Correct. The main
right.
I think it could be possible to expand those things that we already have, but use it in a different way. But if we didn't have, or if we were doing something or be able to do something we didn't have already, I don't know what that would be, because it would be something completely crazy. Or like maybe like wings to fly, like I don't know, a tail to do things with your tail. What are tails actually for?
I thought they were for balance, but I don't know really. I know some animals use them to hang or to like grab things or something, but I think for dogs, aren't they just for extra balance?
I don't know.
I have no idea. But
I thought about hanging. I'm like, okay, maybe like a monkey like would hang from it. But what else would they use their tail for? They don't need it for balance because they walk on their legs like we do.
Do they just grab things with it?
Oh, maybe they hold on to their bananas.
Yeah, see, that's what I was picturing in my That's exactly what I pictured in my head when it's I said they're holding
up and it's holding it like a fruit bowl. Oh my god, that's really
like wouldn't that be crazy? Like, what if there was something we could do to like, I don't know how that would be an organ, but just something that we could like bounce between different realms or portals.
I was just thinking teleporting.
I was
thinking of that, but
that would be dope.
Like, oh, I don't know what organ. I'm like, oh, you're right. An extra thumb.
You just tap into it.
All right, let's go.
That'd be dope.
That's really funny. I love that. I think that would be cool. I'd be so down. Travel would be superb.
We're probably really missing out and we don't even know it.
Oh, for sure. Like time travelers too. What if they could have an organ that would make them time travel instead of like a machine that they had to build? You know what we're really missing out on?
Huh?
Our third eye.
Ooh, that's good. That's good.
It's there. You just have to use it properly.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, if we could just learn to use these things more effectively, then
like what's that movie called? Lucy?
Huh?
And that movie
have potential, but you know what I mean. The
Sorry.
movie Lucy, I didn't see it.
I never watched it, but I know it was about using like your brain to its full capacity and what can be done when you do use your brain to its full capacity. I don't know.
Like the person who meditated so much that their body literally glowed.
And they're like lifted or something.
Yes.
Like, what is that? How?
They're using something we haven't unlocked yet.
Yo, I wonder how long it took for them to unlock that.
And then imagine when they wake up, how would that feel? Like, would you feel very well rested and like balanced and like that? But it was so long of time.
Right. Or would you feel drained?
Exhausted. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's interesting. We should look into that.
And also, if you can get to that point
of episode on meditation, like finding like the craziest like
meditating stories or people's stories.
Yeah.
But I just wonder, like, if you can get to that point of peace and togetherness, then to have to come back to this reality, like, would you even want to? You know what I'm saying?
That's a hard fall.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'll just stay here.
Right. Can I just stay here with all you?
Yeah.
All the lights. But then I think I would miss, you, the dogs, Chev.
I'd be like, y'all gotta get to the same point and we'll just live up there together.
Right, all of us levitating.
Glowing.
I don't know why I sang the word levitating.
Levitating. Yeah, that's all I got though.
I love that.
So let's start from the beginning, maybe.
Okay. Do you want to tell them why we went to Vegas?
Okay, so it was my boyfriend's sister's 21st birthday. And this trip had been planned for months.
Shout out Tilly.
For real, shout out Tilly. It was like a celebration for everybody because pretty much no one on the trip, at least on our side, had ever been to Vegas.
Right.
So it was everybody's first time. It was super exciting. Everyone's pumped. We're hyped. We've been buying outfits and
we're so excited, like leading up to it too. Yeah.
So we had to go get there from different airports. So we were meeting at the airport
in Vegas.
Like
already there. We were so excited. So Chev and I get there first. Oh no, you guys were there first, but we lied. Yeah. And we lied and said we're still landing or something like that, or that we hadn't gone off the plane.
You took Spirit or something.
No, we took Frontier there.
No, but you lied to me.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah.
That
could have been the question when you. That could have been your answer. When was the last time you lied to your best friend?
Last July. So me and Chev get off the plane, and we knew that they were in a different area because obviously we took a different airline. So we had to get our bags, and then we're like, okay, like let's try and somehow find them so we could just come up behind them and like scare them or surprise them.
Really confusing in that airport.
Yes, it is. And being there for the first time, like, where do we go? So we get there, whatever, we find our bags, and then we see your sister and we start stalking her ass first.
So we were going to meet my sister. We were going to meet my sister, and then we thought you guys were getting there a little bit later, I think.
We said like we still had like 20 more minutes or something.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh yeah, you guys start walking to our gate. No, well, you guys met up with her, but then you guys started walking to where the Spirit was, right? Because we lied and said we were on Spirit, but we weren't. So we sit down, we see her, and then we're like, okay, for a few minutes, we didn't want her to see us. So we turn away, we lose her completely. We're like, fuck. So we start running. And then we finally see her leave outside of the building. So we're like, okay, she's outside. So then we're like huddled behind the little pole thing, trying to see where she's going and who obviously I knew she was meeting up with you guys, but I was like, where, Yeah. And so we're just watching her for a little bit, take a few steps and then hide, take a few steps and then hide. And so finally we're just literally walking right behind you. And then didn't you even look at Chev in the video? You look at him and you think nothing of it.
We're like, we're walking and we're walking towards that shuttle thing again. And so we're talking because she's talking about her flight, we're talking about ours, whatever.
Yeah.
And Chevy's like walking by us, and obviously on purpose he's coming up kind of close. So I kind of like glanced over.
And there's hella room on the sidewalk.
Yeah. So I noticed someone coming up really quick, but he didn't look at us. He was like kind of like walking by like this, like with his head tilted. So I was just kind of like peeped that somebody was walking up by us. They weren't paying, like, wasn't like they're hella creeping. So I was like, okay,
Right.
whatever. Keep talking. And then all of a sudden, I think
He was
he goes
walking
up-
with Carl, like
yeah,
in
he goes
line.
up
Yeah.
to where he's at, and he turns and he looks and he like double took, and he was like, the fuck? And then and I seen him doing that to him, so I was like, and like that
You're like,
split
do we know
second,
him?
I was like, who the fuck? Like, why is he, you know?
Tripping, yeah.
Yeah, and then we noticed it was you guys were hella laughing.
Yeah.
And you're like, we have it on recording the whole thing.
We'll insert a little bit of the clip right here. And so once we meet up, we have to go to the hotel. So we're like, whatever, we get in a shuttle or whatever, we go to the hotel. Is there anything else that we should mention? Oh, little tip, if you guys didn't know this, most likely when you book your trip to Vegas, when you get to your hotel, they have this resort fee thing that has nothing to do with anything. It doesn't actually pay to get you access to anything or additional amenities, nothing. It's just a fee that you have to pay. So little tip, if you think that that's the only amount for the hotel when you book it, it's not. Just double check or like call or whatever. If you're planning a trip, just be aware of it, because we were not, and we got there and we're very surprised. But yeah, whatever.
It's a fairly decent amount. I know it probably depends on what hotel you go to, but
right,
that shit wasn't
it was
cheap.
a good chunk of change for sure. So little pro tip from the people who only went once, but definitely learn from that. So whatever,
We
see.
stayed at the MGM.
Yes, they weren't bad.
Who was it? My sister had a really good fucking view from her room.
Yeah, her room was the best.
She had a beautiful view. You could see the whole like not the strip. Is it the strip?
Yeah.
She had the whole strip. You could see the roller coaster and everything. Like, it was really fucking cool.
Yeah.
That was just my luck though, because it was a regular room.
Mm-hmm. We had a view of the mountains, like the opposite side. It wasn't that bad.
So let's get into the first night.
Yeah. So first night,
this is kind of like everyone's pretty much doing their own thing. We had a big group that we went with, first off.
It was like 20 something people, 25
plus. Yeah. And so obviously, everyone's kind of doing their own thing.
We go to I guess they call it like the new downtown Vegas or new strip area, like Fremont Street. Yeah. So we go down there in a fucking Uber. Yes, we're gonna mention the goddamn Uber.
These
tip
Ubers
number 2
in Vegas are disgustingly, like, repulsively expensive. Right. It was the worst I've ever spent my, like, it was just to go like on a 10-minute drive. Yes. Not exaggerating, it was like $80. Yeah, $80
fucking dollars. So tip number 2 is to take taxis, because they're a lot cheaper and it's pretty much the same thing. So,
which we did not realize, because we just experienced the Uber, so we're like, fuck that, we're gonna be walking. So we walked a lot of places, then to come to find out that the taxis were dumb cheap, like compared to the Ubers, like $13 or something like that. And we're like, oh, okay, so we'll start using that next time
we go back. Yeah, so we're telling you all the tips that we learned, or lessons that we learned, so you guys don't have to make the same mistakes. Obviously, we only went once, so we don't know everything, but we'll tell you a little bit about what we would change going forward, or the next time that we go. We get dropped off at Fremont Street, right where the stage was. There was someone playing music, and there was like live music playing at the time.
It was cool. It was really cool.
It was really cool.
Zip line going, and it was just
so many lights and like performers and all of that, just like randomly.
You feel like you're in Vegas for sure.
Yeah, you got that experience for sure. But we get dropped off at, what is it called? Circa? I think it was like a blue sign.
Oh, the blue one. All I remember is a blue sign.
Circa, I'm gonna guess that's what it was.
We walked 15 minutes in the opposite direction because the location was telling us a whole different thing.
Yeah, it was rough.
It was a thing. They're like, we're here. So then we get the location to where they were actually at, which was exactly where we were standing before we started walking away.
Right. They were just inside, so we didn't see them.
So now we have to walk 15 minutes back to the place that we were already standing
in our heels. We were fucking sweating. Like, our hair was all getting frizzy underneath. It was a whole hot mess.
So we finally get to the hotel.
Yeah.
It was a hotel. But they're on the like casino floor, and
we meet up.
Whatever.
we're just kind of hanging out a little bit, and we're like, "Ooh, let's get a drink." So
Yeah.
us girls go over to the bar, and we're like, "Let's order an adios just to kind of get
the ball rolling. We're
because
like,
we're already to this
get
point
somewhere. We need to feel something quick.
Yeah, we want to start enjoying it instead of being miserable. So we order one, and Carl ends up coming. Chev went to go to the restroom or something, so Carl comes with us to the bar, and somehow, some fucking way, it was the manager or owner,
the owner of the hotel that we were at,
of Circa Hotel, which I hope is right, literally comes up to us dressed in a suit. He had the cutest little cheetah print accessories. If
like
y'all know me, I love cheetah print. Yes, and
like,
immediately I was like, he looks fly, you know, like he looks like somebody of importance, you know.
He did.
And so he comes up to the bar, and they like greet him right away, and they know obviously who he is or whatever. So they start talking. We're getting our drinks with the bartender, whatever. He ends up telling Carl that he's the owner and this and that. And he's like, "What do you guys?"
He didn't even say that yet.
You didn't tell him?
No, he was just kind of like, I don't know what I don't remember what his opening thing was, but like he just kind of started talking to him.
Because I think he said,
out of nowhere.
I think he was asking like where you guys are staying and asking if we were staying in that specific hotel.
It wasn't yet. I don't remember.
I don't know how they sparked the conversation.
Yeah, he started up a conversation with him. They kind of started talking, and then he's like, "Oh, like, do you want a shot?" And he goes, "Oh, well," he goes, "I'm with my group, like over here. This is all of us right here."
Always looking out.
And he was like, what was it that he always said? He was like, "Oh my God, what?" There was like a phrase. Yeah, there was a phrase he always said that was like, "Oh, like that's nothing, like nothing,
that's
like
easy."
Like, is it?
He was like, "That's easy." Yeah.
I don't know like that. Yeah.
Exactly what he said, but like he's like, "Oh, well, I'm with my group," and he's like, "Oh, like not worried about it."
Like that's nothing.
He said, "How many people is it or something?" And he was like, "Oh, no, like that's fine, you know, whatever."
Yeah. He had this certain phrase. I don't remember anymore. But, so he orders shots of tequila, I think it was, but it was like this like top shelf, because whatever it was that he got is what he gave to the rest of us.
Right.
So
top shelf something.
Yeah, top shelf, some kind of tequila, and so we're like, oh shit, like okay. And then kind of there's when he started talking about what he did and who he was, where we were staying, blah blah blah. And that's why I was kind of, because I remember it being kind of awkward because he had gotten the shots for us, and then we had to say that we weren't guests at that hotel.
Right.
And Carl just kind of played it off like, oh, you know, but it's our first time here, so we're just still trying to get to know which hotels to go to and blah blah.
Yeah.
Like,
it was honest.
Yeah, played it off, and he's like, oh yeah, blah blah. And then he's just like, oh, like come in, see me after, whatever, blah blah blah. And we're like, yeah, but we felt bad already taking the shots because we're not used to that, so we're just like, oh shit, like. And then we went off. I think
played a few.
The boys did a few, like they played a couple like machines, like slot machines. We tried to get into a club that was already in that hotel. But what was it? What was wrong with it?
No, when we went up to her and asked, like, oh, like, is it like really live or blah blah? She was like, no.
She worked there, and she was like, no, but I'll tell you about some good spots.
Yeah, she's like, go down the street a little bit, blah blah blah. And so we're like,
she wasn't lying either.
Less. Yeah, no, I would have been kind of annoyed had we spent the money to get in, like the cover charge to get in, and then there's nobody in there, or like. Not that I care that other people are in there, but if they're not playing good music and there's like no interaction, like why are we here, you know?
Yeah.
So we leave that location and we start walking. I don't even know what the fuck it's called. We start walking to this other club that was open, and we get in line.
It wasn't
whatever.
Like too far.
No, it was like, at that point, definitely was not a 15-minute walk. So we already
had a couple drinks in us, so we're feeling better. We're in good moods. We're like, you know what? Once we get in there and we're dancing and we got drinks in, he's like, we're gonna be fine.
We literally chased our tequila shot with our adios drinks. So like, if you understand in alcohol terms where we were at that point. And so we go, we go over to this other club. We get in, whatever. It was really cool. It was like a upstairs, downstairs. They had like chairs.
Good music.
They were playing really good music. They had different music from the top floor to the bottom floor. So before we went up to the top floor, we're like, let's get a drink real quick at the bar. We all get a drink. We sit down. I'll insert picture right here. And we're pretty much just chilling with our drinks and then taking photos. We're like The girls we're like getting stir crazy. We're like, we want to dance. We want to dance. That's
Yeah.
why we want to dance. So we left the boys downstairs. We go upstairs and we find this little area. We start dancing. It was so much fucking fun.
It was one of the best nights. Like definitely a highlight of the trip was that first club. It was really fucking fun. We were just in our own world.
We were feeling ourselves in our own little corner. Nobody was really bothering us until
this is one of the best things. So the boys eventually they come with us upstairs, but they're not much of dancers. So they kind of like do their own thing off to the side. We're having ourselves a good old time. And then they end up talking to this guy, like just this random guy.
Yeah.
And
they're very social. Like they make friends with anybody.
So we eventually kind of make our way over to them. I think we probably went to go like check in, like, hey, like how are you guys doing? Whatever, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So it's me, Emily, and my sister. And they're talking to this guy. And then I think we came up to them. And my sister was kind of just standing like a little bit off to the side a little bit.
Right.
And the guy like walks over to her and puts his hand out. I don't know if you guys believe it. Puts his hand out at, like not in a shake your hand type of way, but in like let's go dance.
Yeah, give me your hand. Yeah.
Yeah. And so he puts his hand out like this, and my sister just straight up dabbed him up. She's like,
hey, what's up?
And we seen it and we just started rolling. Like it was probably a little mean because the guy could clearly hear us. Dude. But it was so funny, we couldn't help it. We just started rolling, right?
And she's such a big girl. She's such a baby.
And he goes back to the guys and was like, what did he say? Like that hurt my soul, or that crushed my soul.
He was like, damn, that really like hit my ego or something like that. He's like, that really pressed at my heartstrings. He was so sad.
He was so nice about it though. He was very sweet, respectful. He was a cool guy, but after that he left, which was probably the best choice. But
we still make fun of her to this day, like, why you gotta do him like that?
She's like, I was being nice. And we're like, yeah, it was just kind of embarrassing for him because you should have dabbed him up like a homie.
Like a homie. Yeah, that shit was so funny.
It was so good though. She like, because her response was so quick, like she just automatically like put the hand out, like fucking
And so that's one funny thing that happened. I don't know if you remember this, but we were sharing a drink, you and I. I handed you the drink. I'm like, oh, do you want some? You're like, yeah.
Okay, at this point, let me set the scene a little bit. Bit. We're standing over by it has this like, it's like a counter, but it's literally just a plank of wood, like just a standing one,
like a bar top kind of.
Exactly. So we're standing by there and we're like dancing and keeping our things around, and we're a few drinks in again at this
point. I think by that point we were probably 4 or 5 drinks in, because we had gotten extra ones after the initial one.
Right, we had gone back a couple of times to the bar. There's a garbage can underneath that counter. And
so I'm like, oh, like we're dancing. I'm like, hey, do you want some? Like, because we're sharing a drink. So I'm like, hey, you want some? She's like, yeah. She drinks a sip and then completely throws away the rest of the drink without even realizing that she did that. And so she just looks at me like, you caught yourself right after you did it.
Right as like my hand let it go.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
You guys, it was a pretty much full drink. Like it wasn't like there was only a little bit left. I felt so bad because as soon as it left my hand, I was like
mid-air, like what are you gonna do?
Grab it out the garbage. Ooh.
But yeah, that shit was so fucking funny. So
and you watched it happen too. It wasn't like
I watched like literally just okay, you're done, fine, okay. And so like we made fun of you a little bit for it, but it was all like in good.
I was dying. I thought it was so funny.
It was so funny. And so then we're like, okay, it's gonna start closing soon. So we make our way more toward like the DJ area. They start playing they played Selena, no?
Yeah,
they played Selena, and then they were playing some other music too. And so I'm just gonna tell them like a little funny story that happened with me and Ari, because I thought homegirl was gonna have my back. I was dropping it low and homegirl did not have my back. And so I like literally like fell forward a little bit. And then thankfully the boys were there. So they just like quickly grabbed me. And I was like, oh my God, had I fallen on my face, I would have been so fucking embarrassed, but I would have still had a good time. Like I would have still kept going. But I was like, Ari, for real, like you were supposed to catch me.
She's probably like, girl, I was 8 drinks. I was barely about to catch
I'm so
myself.
sorry, this and that,
Yeah.
like whatever. It was so funny, but I was like, girl, that was technically my first time ever going to a club or like an outside like bar or like a bar, to be honest, like outside of a restaurant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With Vegas too, just so you guys know, probably I don't know if a lot of people know this, but you have to dress a certain way to get into these clubs. Like they don't let you just wear whatever you want getting into these clubs. So that was like a whole ass other thing that we were having to deal with, more for the boys, but for us it was like it wasn't as bad. But
no,
just a little tip, make sure you look at like each club that you're planning to go to is like dress code, because otherwise your ass is not getting in.
Yeah.
And I think
I don't remember if there were more
with men and women
there,
too.
but I know out here, like, as long as you fucking look cute, they're not gonna tell you nothing. Like, you could be in jeans. If you look good,
you could be in joggers. Probably.
Literally, they're not gonna care. They want pretty girls to go in there. So if you're looking good, you're acting like confident, you're feeling good when you walk up. They're gonna let you in.
Got the money to get in. You're gonna
Some places though, they won't give you that cover charge.
Right. So that was the first night. We wake up the next day and I don't really. Oh, we went to go get our Fat Tuesdays at like 10 in the morning. Our first Fat Tuesdays, which are like these blended alcohol drinks that you can make
like frozen.
Whatever. Yeah.
What
like
you could kind of like, let's say like 20 different flavors that you can combine however you want.
And or they have like mixes already.
Yeah, like preset already ones, but you could also just mix however much you wanted, and you could add extra shots to them.
Yeah.
Those were so fucking good.
They were so good.
And they had you feeling like a good kind of tipsy.
Right.
Like,
and it kept going.
Yeah.
They were big. We got like big ones. And they were so refreshing and so good. My favorite flavor
out there.
It was. My favorite flavor was cotton candy. Do you remember what yours was?
No, I think every time I switched flavors, like I don't.
Yeah, I did too. But the last one that I got ended up being my favorite one.
I remember it being really good. I would have
known. I would have just gotten the same one the whole time.
Yeah, those were amazing.
So we start just walking down the street. We went to go to lunch. And so remember we went to PF Chang's, but we didn't know how to get there or where we were going at first. So we walk a whole ass wrong way, have to walk back, and then we start hitting.
We were looking for something specific. We were looking for an actual place, and then it was a long walk. By that point, everyone was really hungry, and it was hot as fuck. And we had the Fat Tuesdays, but we were hungry,
and it was making us. It's alcohol, so it's like we're sweating, it's hot outside, and it's like
getting dehydrated as fuck.
Yeah, it wasn't doing much for us.
So at that point, we were just like, we passed by PF Chang's and we were so hungry that we're like, fuck it, we're just gonna come in here.
Yeah, because Rainforest Cafe, they were like, oh, it was gonna be like a 2-hour wait.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. Yeah,
absolutely not. We've heard what we needed to hear. We're leaving.
Yeah, we were fucking hungry. We would have lost our shit having to wait there.
We spent a lot of unnecessary money out there because we didn't know, and because it was our first time. That's why I'm like trying to share these tips with you guys, or like make it a point to like be like, we fucked up, so you guys should do better. Because we spent so much unnecessary money, you know, we really in different little ways that added up, obviously.
We just walked around, like we went to
everyone kind of did their own thing.
We went we seen the Eiffel Tower that was there, just sightseeing, like being touristy.
We took some pictures.
Went to a gallery. I think
we went to the fountain where they have like the water show and stuff.
The Bellagio,
yeah.
The boys were on one. They were getting extra shots on their Fat Tuesdays, so let's just say all of us were feeling really, really good.
Right. As you should.
Walking around, doing our thing, being tourists, having ourselves a grand old time.
It was really fun.
Then we had like a setup dinner for this night, obviously for our birthday girl. Everyone wore pink and really cute. We got really cute pictures with those. And then after the dinner,
we went walking again.
Oh yeah, because everyone else didn't know that we could have had a cab. So
everyone else took a taxi. We're like, we'll meet you there. We're not spending $80 again on a fucking Uber.
Yeah. Then we get there
not knowing all of them took 13. A fucking taxi. Yeah.
Shit.
So we get there to. Do you remember what it's called?
No.
We got to a club, and it was. Oh, we forgot to mention when we were at Caesar's Palace. is
Oh yeah,
right. Yeah.
someone
So
stopped us.
we were at Caesar's Palace. Someone stopped us and was like, "Hey, do you guys have plans like for tonight or blah blah blah?" And we're like, "Oh yeah, we have like a big group." And they're like, "Oh, don't worry, we'll put you on the list for this certain club. We're gonna have
No
like an
charge.
event or whatever. Yeah, no
Like, just
charge."
put your name down.
Right. So we're like, "Okay, like that's fucking
Like,
cool."
oh, we're doing it up over here
Yeah.
in Vegas. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So we're like, cool, whatever. Like, we'll be there, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah, get here before a certain time, blah, 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 whatever. And one of Carl's uncles ended up getting like our own section in VIP, which I've never experienced. Gina's never experienced. Like, that was literally my first club. Because the first night was like a very small like bar and club. So this one was more of like what you see in movies, like an actual club experience. And so I was like, bitch, like, this is my first time going to a club and we get VIP. Like, what the hell? Like, it was so crazy. But I don't know who the hell they thought they were serving, but they dead ass gave us a cup like this. It was this much vodka and like little sprinkle some essence of cranberry juice. Lord, I was like, girl,
it was so strong. And they were, you know, they're doing their job. They're trying to get everyone drunk as fuck because they want to get their money. So I respect it. But that shit, I couldn't, like, it was so hard to drink. There was a point where she filled my drink. I couldn't do it anymore. Yeah. So when she wasn't looking, I like tossed the drink. I poured it into the bucket of ice because you know, and she noticed like a minute
damn, this bitch is a fucking
she's like, damn, she finished that quick as fuck. And she refills my drink. And I was like, shit, now I have to fucking drink it because I already did it once.
Yeah, you're not gonna waste it.
Yeah, but so we drank or whatever. It was really cool. The club itself wasn't playing as good music as the one we went to the night before.
Right. Even after requesting for them to play like our Bay music.
So that's what I was gonna say. So keep in mind, guys, we're from the Bay and there's a certain music, there's a certain culture when it comes to the Bay, and there's the songs that hype us up, the kind of music that hypes us up. Now, I'm not saying that we can't get down to like anything else, but that's just the one that really gets us going.
Right. And for the vibe we were in, like it just felt like it needed to happen.
It needed that.
Yeah.
And so this place was playing like, for the most part, like house music and
like kind of techno-ish.
So really you just have to make the absolute best out of your time there. Again, we're in VIP. Like, who the fuck were we to be like, fuck this? Well,
right. We definitely had a good time.
We have like, we're sitting on a couch and all behind us are other people who are not in VIP. So they're just looking into what we're doing. And we had girls like asking us, like, can we get some of your juice? Blah, blah,
yes.
blah.
She just tapped on my shoulder and I'm like, yes.
Hello?
Like, what do you need? Just like, hi, like, can I have some of your cranberry juice? And I was like, bitch, like, what? Like, what?
And Tilly's very nice, so she said yes.
Yeah. I was like, that is not mine to give. Like, go ask somebody
so we
else.
asked her, and she's like, oh yeah, go ahead. But like, you know, they didn't ask her.
Don't make a habit of it.
That was cool. But then all of a sudden, one of the girls sitting there, she's like slumped. Sitting like on her knee, like knee up, and slumped over, like head down. And we at I don't think she was like that the whole time, but at some point we turned around and we're like, oh shit, like, yo, is she good? You know?
Yeah.
So then we kind of are just looking at each other and we're like, let's just see if she's okay. So we kind of start like tapping her.
We're not trying to bother nobody, but she didn't look okay.
Yeah. So we're just like tapping her and she pops her head up and we're like, hey, like, are you good? Blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, like, I'm just so tired. Like, I just flew in and then whatever. She was by herself though, no? Or she was with her friends.
She had flown in like a couple hours before, like in the evening time, and got ready and like just went out. And she didn't know where her friends were. She was completely by herself because she said her friends left.
Yeah.
And I was like, where did they go? And she's like, I don't know.
She said she wasn't even drunk or nothing. She was just just so tired.
Just really tired. Yeah. Like she was like out of it. Like, I don't know. We kind of felt bad because we're just like, that's a fucked up group of friends to just leave somebody in the club that's supposed to be with them, you know? Even if something happened and she was being annoying or like whatever, like you don't leave someone in the club. That's so, it could have, thank God she ran into us and not some random creeper. You know what I mean? So we were kind of like looking out for her a little bit. And then eventually it was kind of toward the end. So the people started leaving the club anyway. Oh, should we mention about like tipping people in the bathroom? Because I did not know that was a thing when we went in there. And I was like, oh. So again, tip number, I don't know, 4 at this point, 3 or 4. I don't know where we're at, but when you go to the bathroom, there's like an attendant person in there and they like give you perfume or like hair ties or
They'll hand you the
like
paper
they hand
towels
you a
when you're
paper
done.
towel and stuff. And apparently you're supposed to tip them like every single time. However, when you're built like me and Gina, you go to the bathroom 8,000 times, especially when you're drinking. And
It's one night.
so, yeah, it was starting to become another unnecessary fee.
Yeah.
And so we're like, fuck. So again, just make sure you got cash for tipping people and
Always have cash in
that
Vegas.
kind of thing. Yeah,
Always
just in
have
case.
cash on you.
Just in case. Because the ATM charges were like, I think $7 or something.
Yeah, each time.
Yeah, each time. It was ridiculous. But
oh, and so okay. So we leave that club, or it closes.
Like
so
at closing, which is like 3 a.m.
Yeah. And then some of us, like some people went back to the hotel.
Yeah.
We were kind of like on a thing like, no, like, let's keep partying. Oh,
yeah.
no. Like,
we were hella hype.
Yeah, we're hella hype. So we decided that there's a Taco Bell in Vegas that's Cantina.
Yes.
The Taco Bell Cantina.
Mm-hmm.
And it has alcoholic drinks that you can do,
Margaritas.
like the freezes or whatever. And we had heard about this before going to Vegas, so we were so excited to hit this place.
We've seen it on TikTok. We were like, we have to go at least once. Yeah. So we're walking through. I think the hotel. No, I think the club that we were in was in a hotel because it was inside of a building. And then we started walking around after. Okay. Remember, we found the bathtub.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so we ended up finding this random bathtub, but it was like a prop, I'm assuming. I hope. And it was like inside, and there was a bunch of posters around and stuff. And so me and Gina were like, let's get in this bathtub and take a couple pictures.
So we do have pictures to post right here, here, and here.
Yeah, here, and here. But I think those pictures are so cute. And it really is a testament to how we were feeling.
Yeah, we were feeling really good.
Yeah. And so we start walking the strip again, but going toward the cantina. We get there and we order our food and stuff. And what's really cool is that you can actually add extra alcohol or change the alcohol. Like you could choose what type of alcohol you wanted. And so we got our food, whatever. We start walking back, and I don't think anything really else happened.
No, I think by that point, from the walking and then from the waiting for the food, our energy kind of died down. Like it finally was starting to hit us. So once we got the food, we're just like, okay, we're walking back and we're going to go back into our own rooms. Guys, as we're going along with this story, we're realizing that we have a lot of gaps that for some reason we don't remember. Now, we weren't blacked out at any point, but for some reason the timeline is just jumbled up for us.
Yeah. And we haven't really talked about like our full story since like
in chronological order.
Yeah, like since we actually came back, like we talked about, certain things that happened or whatever, but we haven't really gotten into this full conversation. It's almost a year ago. So please bear with us if we're kind of like back and forth a little bit, but you get the gist of what's going on. Also, we forgot to mention the first night we never went to sleep and we watched the sunrise, and we were sitting outside and we literally watched the sunrise, and it was so
I think
cool.
It was like what, like 6 or 7?
It was almost 6 in the morning. Yeah, I think it was like 5:40 something or whatever. And there's a picture of Gina I'll insert right here. She looks so cute.
It's on my Instagram if you want to check it out.
Period. And so we wake up the next day, and this would be our third day there, right?
Yeah, our third day. Ooh,
our third day. So this was Sunday. And you guys have heard us mention a few times about our little story about how we were feeling so confident, our bathing suits and this and that. And that was this day. It was Sunday. We went to the pool after.
This was our pivotal moment.
Yes. So we got some Fat Tuesdays. We got some fries. Bro, the fucking fries were so good. We were living off of fries. Like randomly just be like, we want a snack. Or like our food. We were just eating those. And so we go sit by the pool, and it's just us 3 girls, and we're just talking and vibing. It's like even
we were there for hours.
Point. Yeah.
Like hours we were at this pool, and then I think
at least 4 hours.
Yeah, straight just chilling. Like it was a beautiful day. There was a lot of people at the pool, but everyone was kind of minding their own business for the most part. Like we did have a couple people come up to us and talk for a little bit, but then went back off. It wasn't
like they were being disrespectful or anything.
Very just normal conversation, which was really cool. Like when it's not creepy, it's fine, you know?
Yeah.
And then I think we left just to go get more Fat Tuesdays. And then
We went to the bathroom, and that's when we took those videos, and then we went to go get more Fat Tuesdays, like a
those
refill.
videos we cannot post.
Absolutely
we can't share those ones.
On close friends only, and it's just us. But yes, definitely a vibe. And so we go get another drink, we go back to the pool, and we just chill there. And we're just having the time of our lives, walking through the casino. Like we said, bikinis. At that point, I don't even think we were wearing cover-ups.
I don't remember.
I don't think so.
Sun's out, buns out.
Sun's out, buns were definitely out. And so was our confidence, thank God.
Yes, it was. God bless.
So yeah, we were just chilling there for a bit, and I don't really know much.
I think that was the majority.
We really just chilled at the pool.
Yeah, we really just took the last day to relax, like soak it all in. I think we didn't want to get it hella busy. I think we just kind of wanted to like just enjoy it, you know?
Right. Yeah.
And that was the first time too that we stayed at the hotel, because for the most part we would go out and walk around and find stuff
and stuff.
Yeah, so this was our first day of actually just being at the hotel.
Right, because we didn't even really gamble at the MGM or anything.
Yeah, no.
When we did do the slots for a little bit, it was at the Circa thing when it was the first night. But yeah, we didn't really go there to gamble, so we were like, we don't want to waste any more money like on a chance, you know?
Yeah.
And so we pretty much just wait for the evening time, and then we go to Fremont Street again, and you guys went ziplining. Do you want to talk about your experience, Gina?
Sure.
Was it your first time?
Yeah, that was my first time ziplining. I feel like I've done something similar to it, but I don't think I have ever actually gone ziplining.
At a park, they have like that little the fake one.
Yeah, maybe I'm having flashbacks from when I'm going across. But yeah, so we went ziplining, and it was kind of funny because when we're up there, like once we were in line, that's when I like to do stuff like that. But then once it gets close to it, that's when I start getting the feels of like, oh, I don't know if I really want to do this.
Yeah.
And so I was definitely having the like jitters. And then so it's time for us to get into the harnesses and stand in front of the ones that we're going to be strapped to. And probably just either probably how I was talking to Carl, like what I was saying, or maybe he just seen it on my face. One of the staff members like said something, I can't remember what it was. Yeah. But he said something along the lines to like put me in worry. You know how like it sounds bad, especially now because
of things that have happened.
But a lot of the times, like workers of rides, they'll try to fuck with you just to get you scared. So he was trying to say something,
or pick on you if they know you're nervous.
Yes. And they said something, and then just we go.
Oh my God.
And it wasn't like it was super fast or nothing. It was honestly really nice. It was really fun. I'm glad I did it. And then after that, I think, what did we do after that?
We just walked around a little bit down there, and then
we had talked about getting tattoos.
Yeah, I was gonna say we went back, and then we were gonna walk back, but it was like a whole thing, and it was really
we didn't think
late.
About it till afterwards, and we're like, let's eat first. We went back, got food, and then by that time we were like, oh, we had plans that we're gonna go back and get the tattoos. Yeah. But once we had gotten our food and we were sitting there, we were like,
let's just
it's
not.
like 2 or 3 in the morning. Let's just. We have to be up early tomorrow to leave because we were leaving the next day
for our flights. Yeah.
Yeah, and so we decided we weren't gonna do it.
Yeah. Also, I don't think I mentioned this, but another thing was that first night walking back and forth in my heels, I got fat ass blisters. Like I wish I would have taken a picture, even though they would have been disgusting. But I had like 4 blisters between both feet, you know, and I genuinely was like, oh my God, like we have to walk all the way back to pretty much where we were. And I was like, fucking fuck. Because every time I pressed down my feet, I was like, ow, ow, ow. And so I was like, fuck, I was kind of happy we didn't go, not gonna lie. But
after
it would have been really cool.
We did not wear heels again. We
never.
We wore sandals that first night, and we're like, we're not doing it again.
Yeah.
So we looked cute without having to wear the heels.
And it was a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
And I would probably, going back to Vegas, I probably wouldn't even bring fucking heels, to be very honest with you. Does
I
it
probably
matter to
would
me
for like
that
one
much?
night,
No,
but I would get a foot numbing spray.
that doesn't help with the blisters.
No, I probably won't have the blisters. I didn't get blisters, so I would have been fine with the foot numbing spray. But blisters that
Yeah, the what is it called?
I probably, with the foot numbing spray, I might end up getting blisters because if I
You
can't
won't
feel it
feel
and
it.
staying on it, then the next day I'd wake up with them.
Yeah,
But
my
if I don't feel it during the day or
my
during the
shoes were strappy, so that's why where the straps were, my foot was rubbing, and that's why I got the blisters. So yeah. They were, but you know what's fucked up is that they're my most comfortable shoe, like my most comfortable wedge,
no
or like
way.
heel. Yeah. So I was like, it was just the walking, it wasn't the actual shoe, you know. But anyways, just a little tip thing. We can post some little. What is it called? I don't know the brand, but it's a numbing cream that everyone's talking about on TikTok, and you spray your feet before you put your shoe on, and apparently that shit will have it numb and you won't even feel the heel. So if it works, let us know, guys, if you guys have tried it.
If I can find it, I'm gonna try to get it for this weekend, and then next week we can let you guys know if it works or not.
Yeah, because we're going out this weekend, so
we're having a little GNO, and we will update you guys on how that goes.
Yeah, we'll do a whole chisme chatter.
The reason why we're doing a GNO is because somebody's birthday is coming up.
Yeah, I don't know who. That's weird.
That's weird.
Anyway, that'd be cool. Anyways,
guys, Emily's birthday is coming up. Woo-hoo. So start preparing because we're already getting plans. We have our girls' night out. You're going on a little trip.
Yes, I will report back with a full segment of a story.
It's gonna be very fun. So we're getting into the festivities of her birthday, and you guys will hear those stories. Just so you know.
And home.
Oh wait, you never really said though what happened with your hotel room.
Oh my god! So the night we go to the back, the night we go to the club,
reverse.
Right? So the night we go to the club, I guess when we were getting the second night. Oh, the night we went to the club for VIP and we were gone for a hot couple hours. Bitch, why do I come back to my room and it's flooded? The bathroom.
I remember when you texted me, I was like, what?
And I just could not believe it. The bathroom sink, apparently we left it a little bit on. Like it wasn't fully on, otherwise we would have heard it, but it was like dripping. And I guess being gone that long, the sink drain was clogged. I don't know why, whatever the fuck. So we come back and it's like water everywhere and it's still coming out and we're like, what the fuck do we do? Like I didn't know what the hell to do. So we call the front desk or whatever and they're like, yeah, just leave your room, like it'll be fine, because we were leaving. And so she's like, it'll be fine, they'll just come in and pretty much soak up all the water. And when we came back it was done. I was like, oh shit, okay.
That shit probably happens to them all the time from people who are drunk and just leave shit on or like forget stuff. That probably happens all the time. They're probably like, whatever.
It was such a mess, dude. I was like, fuck. Thankfully it didn't ruin anything in the hotel room, or it didn't ruin any of our like stuff or anything, but it was just like and
then it was like something with the bathtub too, right?
Oh my god, I was
because I remember that this is why they gave you back the deposit, or whatever it was called, the fee.
The second day, so the next day after we went out that night and I got the blisters, I was taking a shower and the tub part would not drain the water. So I'm literally standing in a shower, but in a bath, the water is still going, and it burned my freaking blisters so bad, dude. They popped.
Oh, that's so gross.
It was so terrible. That's one thing, like feet, that shit hurts because you have to walk, you know. So that it did take a couple of days for it to like fully heal, and I had like band-aids on all my blisters for how long, because I was like, shit,
you like stopped by the store to get band-aids.
Yeah, that shit hurt, but for the most part we had a really, really good time and definitely would go back for sure.
Yeah. Oh, and also tip is bring a good sized pack of liquid IVs with you, or something that's going to bring you those electrolytes, because that's what kept us going the whole time. There we were taking liquid IVs during the day, in the morning, at night, just so that we wouldn't wake up with a hangover, because our plan was to be drinking the whole time.
So
we don't want to have a hangover and not feel like drinking, so we would take the liquid IVs, and they did wonders.
They did, and they still do. We still use them to this day when we go out and stuff. So definitely worth your money if you're wanting to drink and have a good time, because it doesn't, like she said, it doesn't give you a hangover at all, and like you don't feel groggy or anything.
Mm-mm. So yeah, that was our Vegas experience.
So much fun. If you guys
We
can
would go back again.
definitely, you have to go at least once in your lifetime, I think, as a rite of passage as a human being.
One thing I definitely want to do the next time we go is like well, I just want to do like the shows. Like I want to do like
Yeah.
they had a
I want to go to
Jabberwocky
burlesque.
show that I wanted to do so bad, but it was like 90 or 99 a person,
The
and we
Jabberwocky.
didn't budget for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, you have a picture
we
near the
didn't end up
mask
going.
though.
Yeah, I do. And the burlesque, like they had comedy shows,
Yeah.
magic shows. Like I think I would want to do more of those the
For
next time we
sure.
go.
Yeah, I think so too. Just more of the experience. And I
Right.
probably wouldn't stay at the MGM again, to be very honest with you. I'd want to stay somewhere maybe a little bit more close to everything that we went to, just so that we don't have to walk as much, and you can like have a view and actually be surrounded by everything. But overall, I think we learned some lessons, you know.
We had ourselves a good old time. Made some memories.
Yeah.
We have
Definitely
we
one
took
for
a
the books.
disposable with us.
Uh-huh.
And so we have pictures from the disposable, which was cool because we took a bunch of pictures there and then we didn't get them developed till a little bit afterwards. So it was, when we got them, it was like experiencing it all over again.
Yeah.
So we do have some pictures of us in Vegas too, in disposables.
We were gonna vlog the entire trip, but it was when we were low YouTubers, and it didn't work.
Apparently not.
What is it
We didn't
called?
record not a damn fucking thing. Like, we'll just
Irregardless, we had a great
Irregardless.
We're telling the story now for you guys on YouTube and anywhere else you listen to your podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in again. As always, we'll be back
Hopefully
next
you
week.
enjoyed our little stories.
So after all those tips, we've given you tons of wisdom on how to pretty much survive Vegas on your trip. But Gina has one last wisdom for us and the week.
For the week.
Yeah.
We have it says, in all of living, have a lot of fun and laughter. Life is to be enjoyed, not just endured.
Period.
And that's what we did.
Yes.
And that's what we're doing. We'll be back next week.
And we love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Deuces.
Peace.